So I'm Daphne Chan. I am a clinical pharmacologist by training, and I came from academia to Janssen over 17 years ago, have worked on both sides of med affairs and R&D. And for the past 10 years, I was exclusively in clinical R&D, leading late phase development programs of various assets. Over the years, I have had the pleasure and experience to work across most, if not all, of the J&J therapeutic areas, but my concentration has been in immunology, so across dermatology, GI, and rheumatology. And in my current role as the head of the dermatology medical affairs team, I lead a team of physicians and scientists, mainly focused on 3 areas of lines of work, plus a lot of miscellaneous work. So we conduct additional studies for line extension indications, post-marketing studies, real-world evidence studies for our approved assets, and we inform our development programs of our pipeline. And we also obviously lead and in support of Anthony's and other stakeholder groups at Janssen, many various medical education activities that are conducted by our medical and non-medical teams. Since today we'll be talking about psoriasis, I just want to share that it's been humbling as an experience to have been in and out of the psoriatic space. My first contribution to the space was many years ago, actually 2007 was when I started in this field. And I was the launch leader for Janssen Canada, Med Affairs lead for the launch of Stelara for its first indication in psoriasis. And that was a big deal. It was the first breakthrough after a long era of TNF, for which we actually led in introducing the first asset, and subsequently transitioned to global R&D to continue doing this and many other assets. So just to, when I pass it out to Anthony, I just want to say that we've definitely come very, very far as a company, and my personal professional journey in trying to advance care for patients with psoriatic disease. Yeah, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Daphne, and very nice to meet you and get a chance to speak with you, Rob. My name is Anthony Fernandez, and I serve as Vice President of Sales and Marketing for both rheumatology and dermatology. And in this role, I have the privilege of leading our broader commercial organization, marketing and sales, in advancing our mission of relentlessly advancing care, specifically in those areas of rheumatology and dermatology, which share a common link with psoriatic arthritis. And I know we're going to have a lot of great discussion today about a specific area of clinical unmet need, patient journey unmet need in plaque psoriasis. So really looking forward to engaging in that conversation. I've been with J&J for 17 years, and I can tell you, and you'll tell just by this intro, I'm a lot less credentialed and accomplished than my counterpart, Daphne. I've been in multiple therapeutic areas during my tenure with J&J, mainly in hematology, oncology, infectious diseases. I've spent some time in our diagnostics business as well, part of the broader J&J enterprise, and have spent a total of roughly 4 years in the broader immunology space, focused on rheumatology, and this last roughly year and a half in the dermatology arena, again, focused on relentlessly advancing care for the 8 million plaque psoriasis sufferers in the US marketplace. And a lot of what Daphne talked about in terms of the advances that we're making on the scientific side, we're also pushing forward with relentless vigor on the commercial side to really support patients in hyper complex treatment journeys that all of them face, especially in today's market environment. There's so many more complexities and unmet needs that we have the opportunity to address as Janssen Immunology, and it's really exciting to partner with medical organization, with research and development, and really show up as one Janssen that way. So looking forward to the conversation.
So patients with psoriasis face a lot of issues. One, namely, is, are the products safe? Are the products effective? Do they have to choose one from the other? And if they are successful in attaining disease resolution with initial treatment, is that effect going to last? right? So over the 20 years that we've been working in this space, and very proud to say Janssen and our predecessor, Centocor, which has developed and launched our first monoclonal antibody, Remicade, infliximab, and subsequently under Janssen, we've developed Stelara and now Tremfya. We have relentlessly advanced the bar, as with other sponsors in this space, to make sure that we continue to develop newer novel therapies that target pathways that will achieve these higher and higher and higher efficacy bars. But then hopefully, I don't want to say we lower and remove safety concerns, because that's not possible in medicine. But I think we've achieved a pretty solid handle on balancing an appropriate safety and efficacy ratio, benefit risk ratio for our patients. And so for the psoriatic patients, I think getting that safe, effective medicine that will last for a very long time for them is a very reassuring thing to know. And in a chronic condition as such, right, they need to know that they can be on a product for a very long time. And then if they unfortunately fail on one, they have another one in the next in line that they can have. So I guess having been part of this journey for our two products and part of the last old one a little bit, it's really great and grateful to see that how we have contributed directly to helping patients face their challenges. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So for Tremfya, the at least 7 out of 10 patients or 8 out of 10 patients, depending on the benchmark we look at, right, will achieve 90% clearer skin, or 8 out of 10 achieve clear or almost clear skin. And this is efficacy that has been measured up to 5 years, and it lasts. So the durable efficacy paired with the appropriate benefit risk profile with a very established safety profile over 5 years has been tremendous for our patients. Yeah, and being the first, right, IL-23 inhibitor to launch for Tremfya in this space is it's a very good contribution that we've made in this field for our patients.
Yeah, so happy that you asked about that, Rob. Emerge Tremfya is actually a flagship campaign, not just for Janssen Immunology, but as we look more broadly across our pharmaceutical organization and at the enterprise level with Johnson & Johnson. And the reason I say that is because we've been able with that campaign to really tap into some unique insight about how patients suffer with this chronic state of plaque psoriasis. It also has elements of psoriatic arthritis in the campaign, but I'll focus on plaque psoriasis. And what we learned in the development of that campaign is that there was a big opportunity for manufacturers to depict, articulate, and truly understand what patients go through, the itching, the burning, the stinging, and spending a little bit more time going deep to make that emotional connection on the problem of plaque psoriasis rather than just the solution. So we were really reassured by our efforts in gathering insight directly from patients, from caregivers, from care teams about how we could more emotionally connect with patients through a campaign like this. And the feedback that we've received in the marketplace has been nothing short of outstanding. It has been really proud work across, like I said, not only our immunology business, but also across a broader frame of reference. And it is a campaign that has been awarded at the industry level beyond the therapeutic area of immunology, and really looking across so many different therapeutic areas, in terms of how well it depicts some of the challenges that are faced by patients and the unmet need that still exists, before just jumping straight to, hey, we have a great solution. As Daphne depicted and articulated so well, we have a very effective way of addressing many of these challenges, but it's important for us to really establish that emotional connection with patients and really draw the audience in to understand exactly what psoriasis can do before just getting straight to the solution. So we were really happy in how everything materialized with the Emerge from Fine campaign.
I think one message or one commitment, shall I say, and I think Anthony indicated our relentlessly advancing care approach and focus. It's real, because after 20 years, you may wonder, is there still anything left to do? And I think our answer is yes, there is actually a ton more to do, and shockingly, a lot more. So I think what our commitment is for the patients is we will continue to generate additional evidence from our completed studies to continue to inform practice with data and with science. And in addition, we are also looking to conduct hopefully additional studies to continue to evaluate the longevity of our products' impact on patients' lives by looking at different dimensions of the disease. So new data and new studies is what we're going to be committing to. And of course, we are an innovative company. We are going to continue, obviously, investing into pipeline development of new assets of the same pathway or different pathways to continue contributing to new products, new drugs in the market. Yeah.
Yeah, and just building on that, Daphne, totally agree. And what Daphne, I think, highlighted very well is the commitment that we have to really advancing the science under this mission of relentlessly advancing care. One thing I'll just remark on with this relentlessly advancing care mission, what really resonates with us as an organization is that autoimmune diseases like plaque psoriasis, like we're talking about here, are truly relentless on patients. We hear that time and time again, that it's a relentless foe that they face, right? Their caregivers, care teams in general, it is a relentless enemy. And we, as Janssen Immunology, need to live into that level of relentless commitment. And that's why that word resonates so much with us. So Daphne just outlined how well we do that in terms of advancing the science, but beyond advancing the science, there are ways in which we're relentlessly committed to addressing unmet patient need on the non-R&D front or non-scientific front. And what I would say is a big pillar of that are the advancements that we're making and investments we're continuing to make in patient support programs. So we know that patient journeys are more and more complex. I alluded to this earlier. So we're continuing to evolve our patient support program offering to offer one-on-one support through qualified healthcare professionals directly to patients. These are patient guides that are all offered under the Tremfya With Me program that has recently launched into the marketplace. Cost support, reminders, injection training, and more holistic support to really ensure that patients can navigate the complexities of their journey beyond the treatment itself. And there certainly is a number of opportunities that lie ahead in research and development and addressing that advancement of the science, but we also recognize that the challenges are right here in front of us in addressing some of these patient support needs in their journeys. So I would certainly add that part in. I would also say that we've done, I think, a nice job as Janssen thinking broadly about all the contributors and stakeholders to advancing care. And I'm proud to say that we've recently established as an official holiday in the US, the National Biologics Coordinators Day, which is actually November 1st. And we know that biologic coordinators are sometimes the unsung heroes of connecting patients with effective treatments. And we wanted to be more bold and explicit about recognizing their contributions. So that's part of our relentlessly advancing care commitment, is ensuring that we're looking broadly across the HCP or healthcare professional landscape and recognizing all of those who play a critical role.